The infected left without human hosts are dwindling in numbers, succumbing to starvation. This has allowed rehabilitation teams to intensify their efforts, focusing on reconstructing homes, restoring essential services, and supporting the returning population. U.S. President George W. Bush, during the 2007 NATO conference in Bucharest, remarked, "In times of crisis, our alliances stand as beacons of hope." The United States proudly supports NATO in the monumental task of rebuilding the Isle of Dogs. Together, we rise against the remnants of the rage virus, embodying our shared commitment to global recovery. As life slowly returns to East London, attention is turning towards broader plans for the rehabilitation of mainland Britain. Confidence is growing, and meticulous efforts are underway to rebuild infrastructure, restore essential services, and foster community resilience. It's crucial to note that the returning population is entering controlled NATO zones in detained numbers. A military buffer zone, occupied by NATO and U.S. forces, surrounds the Isle of Dogs, providing a strategic safeguard against potential resurgence of the infected and ensuring the safety of the returning residents.
This is a BBC News emergency report from London. Good evening, I'm Hugh Edwards. Our lead story tonight revolves around the ongoing rehabilitation efforts in the Isle of Dogs, East London, following the outbreak of the rage virus and a harrowing affliction that has plunged the community into chaos and left many in a state of insanity. In response to this unprecedented crisis, both NATO and US forces have initiated a collaborative operation relocating a substantial population into the Isle of Dogs. By this coordinated effort aims to bring stability to the region and facilitate its recovery. As part of this massive endeavour, essential facilities have been established to provide immediate support to the relocated residents. Food distribution centres, hospitals equipped to handle the unique challenges posed by the rage virus, and refugee centres are operational to cater to the urgent needs of the affected population. One of the key challenges faced in this rehabilitation process is the housing situation. With a significant influx of residents returning to the Isle of Dogs, authorities are working diligently to ensure suitable living conditions. The temporary housing developments are underway to accommodate the large population and provide a sense of normalcy for those affected. An important aspect of the rehabilitation strategy is the construction of a barrier that separates the Isle of Dogs from the rest of mainland Britain. And this barrier is a preventive measure to contain any potential resurgence of the rage virus and to facilitate a more controlled rehabilitation process. Now, this separation is a necessary precaution. It is also a symbol of resilience and determination as the community works towards recovery. The authorities are committed to transparent communication throughout this process. As the situation develops, more information will be provided to keep the public informed about the ongoing rehabilitation efforts in the Isle of Dogs. We will continue to closely monitor the situation and bring you updates as they become available.
Military operations will be present around the border, and it is crucial that you abide by their orders. This is an extremely important part.
This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended. This is BBC Television from London. Normal programming has been suspended.
This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. We interrupt regular programming with important information regarding a critical situation unfolding in East London, specifically the Isle of Dogs. Reports of a resurgence outbreak of a virus named Rage virus within the financial district of East London. Isle of Dogs have been received. The virus is highly contagious and individuals are advised to stay indoors, seek shelter immediately and lock all entrances. This virus triggers uncontrollable rage within its victims, making them extremely dangerous to the healthy population. The authorities have declared a state of emergency, and for your safety, it is imperative that you stay in your homes or designated shelters until further notice. In response to the severity of the situation, NATO and US Army forces have implemented a blockade around the Isle of Dogs. 6 measures are in place, including a shoot-on-sight policy for anyone found on the streets. This is a necessary step to contain the outbreak and protect the wider community. We understand the gravity of this situation, and we urge you to remain calm. Emergency services are working diligently to manage the crisis. For those within the affected area, please follow all instructions from authorities and do not attempt to leave your designated safe zones. For more information and updates, please stay tuned to official channels and emergency broadcasts. We will continue to provide you with the latest information as it becomes available. Stay safe and please adhere to all safety measures.
Breaking news here, we now have received information of what seems like a helicopter crash on the outskirts of Calais. It is now confirmed that 3 people were aboard the helicopter, but their bodies have not been found at this time. The source of this helicopter is now confirmed to be from the United Kingdom. Authorities are treating this as an extremely serious situation, as remnants of the Rage virus may have been transported from Britain to France. President Nicolas Sarkozy is expected to make a statement in the next 30 minutes, according to multiple reliable sources. We now received information that the French government is considering barricading off the city of Calais in order to prevent any possible outbreak of the Rage virus in the scenario. That maybe several witnesses have been infected with the virus, using this as a precaution to prevent outbreak. The surrounding crash area is under heavy investigation from the authorities, and scattered debris is being tested. Civil unrest from violent mobs are at an all-time high in northern France, as the authorities are already at maximum capacity and are close to collapse already. All hospitals within the northern France region have also reached maximum capacity, turning away anyone without symptoms of the Rage virus. Paris has also fallen victim to its first influx of infected, as reports.
This is France 24. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you a critical emergency broadcast. We regret to inform you that the French government has declared martial law across the entire nation due to a grave threat. A highly contagious and dangerous virus, known as the Rage virus, has swept through northern France, turning individuals into uncontrollable and aggressive beings. This infection is rapidly spreading southbound, overwhelming authorities. The infection is moving relentlessly, leaving destruction in its path. Towns in its wake are being overwhelmed, and citizens are urged to remain vigilant and take immediate precautions. In response to this unprecedented crisis, the French government, in collaboration with German and Spanish military forces, has taken the necessary step to secure our borders. All entry points to France have been sealed off to prevent further spread of the rage virus. We urge all citizens to stay in their homes and avoid any unnecessary outdoor activities. The military presence is heightened, and any attempt to breach these restrictions will be met with strict consequences. Follow all recommended preventive measures to protect yourself and your loved ones. Ensure your homes are secure and stock up on essential supplies. Emergency services are stretched thin, and citizens are advised to rely on their own resources as much as possible. For emergency information and updates, please stay tuned to France 24. Government announcements and critical updates will be broadcasted regularly.
C'est France 24. Nous interrompons notre programmation régulière pour vous offrir une diffusion d'urgence critique. Nous avons le regret de vous informer que le gouvernement français a déclaré la loi martiale dans l'ensemble du pays en raison d'une grave menace. Un virus très contagieux et dangereux connu sous le nom de virus rage a balayé le nord de la France, transformant les individus en êtres incontrôlables et agressifs. Cette infection se propage rapidement vers le sud, les autorités écrasantes laissent la dévastation dans son sillage. L'infection se déplace sans relâche, laissant la destruction sur son chemin. Les villes qui s'y trouvent sont débordées, et les citoyens sont invités à rester vigilants et à prendre des précautions immédiates. En réponse à cette crise sans précédent, le gouvernement français, en collaboration avec les forces militaires allemandes et espagnoles, a pris les mesures nécessaires pour sécuriser nos frontières. Tous les points d'entrée vers la France ont été fermés pour empêcher la propagation du virus rage. Nous demandons instamment à tous les citoyens de rester chez eux et d'éviter toute activité extérieure inutile. La présence militaire est renforcée et toute tentative de violation de ces restrictions entraînera de strictes conséquences. Suivez toutes les mesures préventives recommandées pour vous protéger et protéger vos proches. Assurez-vous que vos maisons sont en sécurité et stockez les fournitures essentielles. Les services d'urgence sont peu nombreux et les citoyens sont invités à compter autant que possible sur leurs propres ressources. Pour des informations d'urgence et des mises à jour, veuillez rester à l'écoute de France 24. Les annonces gouvernementales et les mises à jour critiques seront diffusées régulièrement.
Bringing you breaking news on the alarming spread of the rage virus across Europe. Belgium faces a dire situation as the virus, known for inducing uncontrollable rage in its victims, has breached its borders after devastating much of France. Reports confirm that the north side of the German blockade around France has fallen, allowing the infected to infiltrate Germany. So there have been no widespread casualties reported in Germany, yet the situation remains tense as authorities work to contain the outbreak. In response to the escalating crisis, all world governments have taken drastic measures. Flights from Europe have been banned, with any suspected aircraft from the continent being intercepted and shot down. This unprecedented move aims to prevent the virus from spreading to other parts of the world. Meanwhile, all countries in Europe have declared martial law in an attempt to curb the virus's rapid advance. A strict military authority has been established, with borders sealed off and stringent measures implemented to control the movement of people. The declaration of martial law reflects the severity of the situation and the urgency to prevent further chaos. As the rage virus continues its relentless march, the international community stands on high alert. The situation in Belgium and the recent breach in Germany underscore the urgency of finding a solution to this unprecedented global threat.
This is a critical national emergency alert. A highly perilous situation has unfolded with the rapid spread of a virus known as the rage virus, turning individuals into an uncontrollable state of murderous rage. The East German blockade has been breached and the crisis is escalating. British refugee camps in France, Germany, the Netherlands and Belgium established for those fleeing the rage virus are now overwhelmed with infected individuals. Chaos reigns in these camps due to the violent nature of the virus. In anticipation of the infected population taking control, or highly populated cities and towns in East Germany have been barricaded. Simultaneously, Central West German cities are being evacuated and citizens are being directed to safety in Austria, Czech Republic and Poland. Humanitarian aid is on standby for German citizens at these camps. To ensure a swift military response, all major motorways in East Germany are closed for military use only. Unfortunately, most major motorways in Central West Germany are experiencing severe gridlock, impeding evacuation efforts. Please remain vigilant and adhere to official instructions. Prioritize your safety and that of those around you. The President will make a statement in the coming hours to address this grave national crisis.
The United Nations is gravely alarmed by the rapidly escalating crisis caused by the rage virus in Western Europe. This virus, characterized by inducing uncontrollable, murderous rage, poses an unprecedented threat to public safety. Over the past 3 days, infection rates have doubled, and major cities face significant challenges in containment. To address this dire situation, the international community has taken decisive measures. All transport links from Europe to the rest of the world are now temporarily banned to curb the virus's potential global spread. Military lines are on standby in Turkey and Russia, acting as crucial barriers to prevent the virus from reaching Asia. Refugee camps are established to provide assistance to European citizens affected by the virus, whether evacuated through government initiatives or by the general public fleeing their countries. Urgent international support is sought to ensure the well-being of those displaced by this unprecedented crisis. Martial law has been declared across all of Europe to enforce strict measures aimed at public safety. Individuals found outside during curfew hours, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., will face immediate action, with government officials authorized to use lethal force to maintain order. Despite earnest rehabilitation efforts, including those in the UK, all attempts have thus far proven ineffective against the rage virus. The main focus now shifts towards preventing the virus from reaching the rest of the world, emphasizing the urgency of international collaboration. As of the latest available figures, approximately 10.8 million people in France, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Austria, Spain, and Italy have been infected since the virus's arrival in northern France 4 days ago. The United Nations calls for unity and coordinated efforts to overcome this crisis and protect the global population from the devastating impacts of the rage virus.
In a shocking development, a leaked report has exposed a comprehensive plan devised by the U.S. President George Bush to address the escalating rage virus in Europe. During an emergency meeting in Congress, convened to discuss the dire rage virus situation, the U.S. President solemnly declared, faced with an unprecedented threat to global security, we are compelled to take decisive action. Our commitment is resolute, and we stand united against the threat of the rage virus. We may have to use excessive force to execute this. The leak was discovered amidst discussions on how to alleviate rising inflation and humanitarian concerns worldwide due to Europe's vulnerability to the rage virus. The confidential report revealed a coordinated effort involving not only the United States, but also China, India, and Pakistan. These nations, recognizing the severity of the situation, pledged their support, including the use of their nuclear arsenals to combat the virus. The emergency meeting also delved into the economic and environmental ramifications, addressing shortages in refugee camps located in Russia, Turkey, and North Africa. As the world grapples with this crisis, Questions arise about the potential impact on global stability and the effectiveness of such a bold international response against the rage virus.
This is an emergency alert. Please listen to the following information. Please make sure your device is audible. Information of a series of nuclear strikes against several countries have been received. The locations of these strikes have been confirmed. The locations of impact are the following. In France, the impact zones are Paris, Marseille, Lyon, Toulouse, Nice, Nantes, Montpellier, Strasbourg, Bordeaux and Lille. In Germany, the impact zones are Berlin, Hamburg, Munich, Cologne, Frankfurt, Stuttgart, Düsseldorf, Leipzig, Dortmund and Essen. In the Netherlands, the impact zones are Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague and Utrecht. In Belgium, the impact zones are Brussels, Antwerp, Chancelloy, Leiden and Italy. In Italy, the impact zones are Rome, Milan, Naples, Turin, Palermo, Genoa and Bologna. If you live in a 40-mile radius to these aforementioned locations, please seek immediate shelter. In your shelter, bring canned food and bottled water alongside a battery-powered radio to tune in to local information catered to your area. This is Euronews broadcasting from Stockholm, Sweden. This message will repeat.
Just got a map and loves it.
This is NBC. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you an important announcement from the White House.
My fellow citizens, just 2 hours ago, alongside President Gentile of China, Patil of India, and Musharraf of Pakistan, ordered a difficult and strenuous decision to use extreme force to prevent the highly contagious rage virus from reaching greater proportions. We felt that this action was necessary in order to save billions of lives from this disease. I feel nothing but consolidation for those not infected by the virus, but have been affected by our actions. It was a sacrifice we felt we needed to make. I am extremely sorry, and I cannot forgive myself. This virus was uncontrollable, and it was inevitable that it would spread to surrounding countries and continents if we did not do what we did. I hope that the people of the world will understand our decision. I've met with multiple world leaders, and we have come to a collective agreement to help rebuild Europe. My fellow citizens, the threat of this seemingly uncontrollable virus will be eradicated. We executed this plan to help you, your families, your friends, and most importantly, the future of our world. May God bless our country and all that defend her. May God bless lives lost in Europe. There will be peace once again.